Hello everyone, Russian Nihilist, and uh, shit, I forgot your username. Other4815, yes, that's it. Ah, this is a video for the pwned Olympics, for the educational version, and in this video I will pwn Other4815 in his video proving that God exists in under 3 minutes. Um, uh, At the start of this video, he mentions how a painting must have a painter, then creation must have a creator. So that's the thing. This is just my first of many points. Um, Creation. How do you know we're creation? How do you know that we were actually created? You can't say that unless you know that we are created. So that point is just completely blown out. But the reason why we know that painters paint is because we've seen painters paint. We haven't seen gods creating universes. Um, there was another thing I wanted to say. Later in this video, you mentioned time and matter, space, and time, uh, and how a being should stand outside of something along those lines. I know I'm stopping a lot in this video, but I didn't really rehearse. I probably should have. No, pig. Anyway. So you mentioned in this video how if scientists say that the universe is 13.5 billion years old, then matter, space, and time should be 13.5 billion years old. There's a huge flaw right there. What scientists are saying is that the universe in its current state uh, is 13.5 billion years old. Matter in general, uh, this is really hard to say because I can't say it's older because time began 13.5 billion years ago, but the matter was still there. It just wasn't doing anything. And that is a concept I don't think you understand, that time is a measure of things happening. And in this dense region in the Big Bang, which, by the way, the Big Bang isn't something coming out of nothing. It's not that at all. But in this dense region, it was matter and energy. Now, time is what we use to define the actions of these things, so we can actually plot it out on a scale so it makes sense. That is just a label. That is just a label that we put on it. That's not actually a material thing. It doesn't need a creation. So when things started happening, that was the beginning of time. When the Big Bang, when it first, banged, that was the beginning of time. Uh, Matter and energy. That's what I want to talk about next. Matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. If you're saying that those two things, I know you didn't mention energy, but I thought I should throw that in there because it's another thing that universe is made out of. That's something you forgot. Matter and energy, they cannot be created or destroyed. They can only transform. Since matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed, they have always existed. But there was never a time scale to measure them by because they weren't in movement. Nothing was happening with them. Then when something began finally happening, that's when we can actually determine time started. because energy and matter are those two material things, not time. Time is just a concept. And another thing I wanted to mention, even if you did in this video prove God, you would still have to demonstrate that this is the Christian God, the God that you believe in. As well as you said in this video that someone had to create these things. You're limiting our options just by saying someone. Why does it have to be a someone? Why not a something? Uh, I've seen animals create things. It's not a big thing. Look at my house. Yep, that's my pwned genetics. Biatches. And Other4815, my message to you, dude, you really have to understand what you're talking about when you talk about it. I fell out.